two things I'd like to mention. One is to reinforce what we just did. I know we have created 3 styles, and let's just go ahead and do this one more time. Looking at my scale factor chart, let's say I wanted to create a style for a drawing that would print 3 inches equals a foot. That scale factor is 4. So let me go ahead and do that. Format, dimension style, and select new. And it will be, again, prefix VTC, style name 4, and we can begin with any one of the 3. Continuing then, and all we're changing is this value. And again, I use the number here as a guide, and I know what number needs to be placed in this box. I can OK that. And as you can see, I now have 4 styles. I can make that one current, or I can simply close out and then select which one I would like to have current. What I wanted to point out, now that I have done that, is to show you the order in which these are appearing. Let me close this for a moment, go back to the slideshow, and as you can see, I would prefer the values or the dimension style names to appear in the order that they are on my scale factor chart. So what I'm going to do is, back into my dimension style, I'm going to rename all of the dimension styles I have created, and I want them to appear in the correct order. So selecting this one first, I'm going to right click it and simply select rename, and I'm going to change the format of my numbers to 3 digits so that 24 reads 024. Selecting this one, rename it, and 3-digit value for this is 004. Next one, rename that to 048, and finally renaming that. So now they are appearing in the order similar to our PowerPoint slideshow scale factor chart. It's a choice I have made. You may feel the need to, or you may feel it's perfectly fine the way they're shown. But I wanted to point out that you can rename styles, and it really wasn't necessary for me to create all of these if I was only going to print this drawing out at one scale. You can also select one, rename it, come back in here to modify, and change the value. That's a possibility also. You'll see why this is going to be a nice feature in just a moment. Last thing I wanted to point out, I do want to turn off my hatch layer again, and that is when I went to dimension, it indicated to specify the first extension line origin or to select the object. Let's say I want to place a dimension over here. I am going to enter, and the prompt now changes to select object to dimension. I'm going to pick this line. By picking it, Autocad has determined the 2 endpoints, and it's letting me place a dimension just like that. So I didn't have to pick my first point and then my second. I simply picked the line and it placed the dimension. Doing this one more time. This time I'll zoom in. A little too close. There we go. And again, dimension. It indicates specifying the first extension line, or as you can see in the brackets, select your object. That means I have to first enter and then select the object. And I pick this one, and now I'm going to line it up with that endpoint of the other dimension. And there we go. And one more time. Enter, picking the object, and placing it here. Now, of course, that went a little too far, but again, using our grips, Shift right click, forcing the perpendicular, and now I can tap the escape key. And now to modify everything, this drawing will eventually print half an inch. It will print at half an inch. So I'm going to make this my current style, and under dimension I will update all of my dimensions. And notice how I can window everything, and AutoCAD is going to filter out the entities that are not dimensions. And when I enter, all of my dimensions are now updated to reflect half inch equals a foot. Let me take this one and simply erase it. And I'm looking at this, and I remember that we had moved it. Simply going to Dimension, Align Text, going to Home, picking it, and Enter, places it right. Now I can zoom extents. So, with the different styles available here, I should be able to apply them to other drawings that I create in the future. And that leads us into our next topic of discussion.